John Elway and Peyton Manning are two of the most talented QBs of all time, but their similarities don't just end there. In the 1983 NFL Draft, John Elway was selected with the first overall pick. Fast forward to the 1998 NFL Draft, and Peyton Manning was also drafted first overall by the Indianapolis Colts. Now granted, John Elway did not play a snap with the Baltimore Colts, as he rather would play baseball. They both still won 2 Super Bowls each, while Elway won both Super Bowls as a Denver Bronco. Both QBs are also the only players in Broncos history to win them Super Bowls. And it seems pretty ironic how both QBs come from the Colts to the Broncos, which both names are horse names. And for the cherry on top, both QBs ended their career with a Super Bowl win, being the only 2 QBs to do so. Dan Marino is one of the most prolific passers of all time, and many consider him as being one of the QBs who were ahead of their time. But just how ahead of his time was he? Well, his second year in the league, he put up 48 TDs with only 17 picks, also throwing for 5,000 yards. Dan Marino's 5,084-yard record stood for 27 years until it was broken in 2011 by Drew Brees. This statistic alone should show how well ahead Dan Marino was as a QB. But I'm going to take it a little bit further. 20 years after Dan Marino originally set the passing TD record, Peyton Manning in 2004 threw 49 TDs to break it. It took a couple rule changes and a decade of play, but Dan Marino records were surely gone off the record books. These 2 stats alone overwhelmingly prove that Dan Marino was ahead of his time, but I'm gonna take it further. Dan Fouts is another QB that was very impressive in 1980, and Dan Marino broke Dan Fouts' passing yards record in just his second season. But the most impressive stat out of them all has to be that his 48 TDs he threw that season beat the previous record by 12 TDs, increasing the record total by a whopping 33%. Dan Marino is one of the few QBs to hold dozens of records and have a great career and have no Super Bowls to show for it. The 2019 NFL season saw Jameus Winston put up one of the most obscure NFL stat lines of all time. He threw for 5,109 yards while throwing for 33 TDs and 30 interceptions, creating one of the more scarce clubs in NFL history. Jameis Winston became the first member of the 30-30 club. But usually when players throw for 30 interceptions, they don't also throw for 5,000 passing yards, which makes this season stand out that much more. His uniqueness doesn't just end there, as his first and last passes as Tampa Bay Buccaneer were both pick sixes. The younger generation might know Mike Vrabel as former Titans head coach and current New England Patriots head coach. But the older generation remembers Mike Vrabel for his 13-year playing career. In these 13 years, he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots, and Kansas City Chiefs. Mike Vrabel was already a proven stud linebacker, as he captured a Pro Bowl and first-team All-Pro honors at the position. But his most impressive stat might be on the opposite side of the ball. In Mike Vrabel's career, he was targeted 16 times, catching 12 balls, and all 12 of them ended in touchdowns. That means every pass he caught in his career was a touchdown. This 100% touchdown rate makes him one of the most prolific end zone threats of all time. Another bizarre stat line that Mike Vrabel had put up in his career was in Week 8 of 2007 NFL season when the Patriots faced the Redskins, where in one single quarter of play he has forced 2 fumbles, 2 sacks, and then also caught a TD pass. Even though Mike Vrabel didn't have a Hall of Fame career, his playing career and coaching career have been nothing short of eventful. As the 2019 NFL season went underway, a young Deshaun Watson was setting the league ablaze, creating highlight after highlight, but on Pacific night he will make history. On October 6, 2019, Deshaun Watson went 28 for 33, throwing 426 yards with 5 TDs, dominating the Falcons secondary. His performance in the 53-32 win made history as the most completions in a perfect passer rating game, raising the question, is this the greatest QB game ever? While this game is great, it has competition, as Nick Foles once threw for 7 TDs on a perfect passer rating in a win versus the Raiders. Also, Jared Goff threw 18 for 18 this season, becoming the first QB to ever do so. It's sad to see the greatness of Deshaun Watson derailed by bad decisions, but it's undeniable that his time in Houston was special. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And comment down below what video ideas you want to see on the channel next.